Hello and welcome. This is Jensen with Soft Edges, and this is your week ahead reading for the week of August 3rd to the 9th, 2026. I'm traveling. This is my setup. It is what it is. Bear with me. This felt really important to share some of the astrology, some of the energy that we're going to be navigating this week. So here I am. Thanks for being here. Let's get right into it. I have my little Chani journal. I love this. And I just want to talk a little bit about some of the astrology we're going to be encountering this week. So right off the bat on Monday, Chiron stations retrograde, and this is an exclamation point. This is a marker of some of the themes that the Chiron in Taurus, which is new for us. It's been in Taurus. Oh, I wish I knew. It hasn't been a super long time, but I think since May, it's been in Taurus. And so this is going to be a really big point of energy where we're learning what Chiron and Taurus is going to be, because we're going to be experiencing this for the next 7 years. It is going to retrograde back into Aries, I think in December. Do not quote me on this, but and we'll get like the last little taste of whatever that was. But for now, I'm really paying attention to the beginning of the week, stuff related to food systems, money systems. These are things that are Taurus related in nature. And with Chiron, we're rethinking, we're reestablishing our relationship with those things in order to bring into greater clarity and alignment what is best. I would say that themes I'm noticing so far as Chiron's moving through Taurus is we had that virus with the lettuce. We have recalls happening with our food. I don't know about you, but where I live, grocery stores look wildly different. They're not as stocked, like even like lower, like around like COVID level stuff. It's just harder to have access to the things that we're used to. So I'm paying attention early this week to more stuff related to food systems, fertilizer, like money and money systems and how things are moving in that arena of life. I'm paying attention to that at the beginning of the week. Next on Thursday the 6th, we have Venus moving into Libra. The sun is going to be trining, and the sun is going to be trining Saturn. So I kind of love this. And the reason I say that is because Libra, words today, Libra is ruled by Venus. So it's at home here. We're kind of getting this set up for this Venus retrograde that we're going to have coming up. But for right now, in the beginning, I think this is a lovely energy for relationships, justice, connecting with people in general. So I love this. I love this transit. It's good. And then not only that, with the sun trining Saturn, I'm wondering if you're noticing a slowdown. I certainly am. I kind of talked about it last week with the Saturn retrograde right now in Aries. And with the sun trining it, I think it's like bringing, again, clarity to what is serving me. Am I moving towards what is serving me? And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a little bit because it came up in the energy transfer for this week. Then finally, on the 9th, on Sunday, Mercury moves into Leo. This can be all sorts of things. It's finally moving out of its retrograde period that's been in Cancer since, oh my God, it feels like, I think it's April. That might be dramatic, but I don't think so. And yeah, I think that Mercury and Leo can be boisterous and speak from the heart. I'm just curious. I'm curious to see how this is going to manifest. I don't want to say too much about it. Let's get into the cards. But I think this week is going to be dynamic. I mean, aren't they all? But this week, I think things are moving. I think I'll use this moment now to talk about when I was doing the energy transfer portion of the reading. I was like looking through, like posts or something. I'm like, what am I looking at? And I realized, oh, I'm standing in the 9 of Swords card. And I wish, like, if I would have thought ahead, I would have looked through this, but we're like pushing forward on things, right? And we're like seeing like, I gotta keep going, but we're tired. We're tired. So we might be experiencing a point this week where we're realizing we need to put some things down, or again, we're recalibrating where we're putting our time, energy, effort. This feels like a broken record. I say this most weeks, but how is it feeling for you to keep pushing through things that don't feel good for you? Let's get into the cards. Overall energy of the week, we have listen to your true feelings. Don't let others talk you into doing something that you know is wrong. And the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords reversed. And this is saying to me that the 10 of Swords reversed with like, don't listen to your true feelings is how have you been letting how other people think, feel, experience their life influence you? Now that the North Node is in Aquarius, I talked a little bit last week about how we're realizing that do we want to actually fit in? Like what cost are we willing to fit in? So instead, there is a releasing this week of, I've been upholding so many thoughts, beliefs, and patterns that aren't actually serving me anymore. And listening to the true feelings is helping us get clarity on what we truly want right now. I love this energy for the week. Monday, Tuesday, we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Chariot. And the clarity I was talking about is not coming at the beginning of the week. It's not coming at the beginning of the week. And if anything, you might feel like some mental sludge, like a slowdown. I'm getting to like, there is a somewhat like mischievous energy, and the listening to the true feelings plays into this, where I think that you're being offered something or something's coming forward to you and it's feeling like a stop, like something you wanted to move towards. You're realizing, oh wait, I don't actually know if I want this. I don't actually know if this is aligned for me. And I think the beginning of the week, this might feel somewhat challenging, to be honest. There's something here about wealth too. And I'm saying that because I'm seeing like rings and jewelry, and it's making me think of, what do you value? Is it the same things that you're taught to value? And all of a sudden there's just some like, somewhat of a stop in, I have been moving forward on something that I'm actually not sure I want to be moving forward on. So that's the beginning of the week. That's when Chiron stations retrograde. So again, because I'm noticing like jewelry and gems and stuff, I'm also paying attention to like, I mean, I'm not, but I'm just like would note, like I'm paying attention to price of gold or silver or precious metals, like what's coming up in to do with something with money and value, if that makes sense. Middle of the week, so Wednesday, Thursday, we're working with the Strength card with the Ace of Cups. And if we felt like we were navigating a mountain at the beginning of the week with the lack of clarity, in comes this inner knowing of, oh, I actually do know how to move forward. It's just going to take some time, effort, energy. And with the Ace of Cups here, I do feel like you get support in the form of relating. Is this one? Oh, my book's closed. This is probably when Venus is moving into, it is when Venus is moving into Libra. So it makes me think of our social connections helping us to get more clear. I'm hearing right now too, found family, as in if you're, I mean, I've been feeling a lot of, especially since Mercury's been moving through Cancer, ancestral stress and like pattern recognition in ancestry. I think that midweek, all of a sudden, whatever's feeling like a block and like the beliefs that we've inherited before, we're offered support in having how to move forward in this. It's really sweet. I'm hearing like open-hearted, this is light and fun. And there's someone or something willing to take the journey with you. And if it's not a person, it's this inner love, it's this inner strength that you're like, oh, I'm actually more equipped than I realized to navigate whatever's coming up for me in my life at this time. Finally, on the weekend, so this is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have the Death card with the Five of Swords, and double like death kind of energy here. So I think the relationships that came in midweek, or the way that we felt self-love towards a situation that we're experiencing, was the setup for what comes this weekend when things are falling away, either because you're like, I can't anymore, I don't want to anymore. Like, I think that you're realizing too, the things that you were fighting for, that you didn't have clarity around, you got support midweek for it. By the end of the weekend, you're like, I think I get a sense that things are going to be moving fast this week in terms of energy, in terms of how we relate to the places that we're investing ourselves. I'm hearing right now too, there's a recognition of you being like, man, I put up a big fight and it, like, I don't actually want the thing I was fighting for. I put up a big fight and it's not at all what I thought it was going to be on the other side. There is potentially bloodshed, and by bloodshed I mean like hurt feelings. I mean real emotions, real feelings coming to the fore that you're like, fuck, I don't know if that was worth sharing, but it was. You need to get it out in some way. And yeah, I'm curious about how next week is going to look, with this being the big exclamation point at the end of the week of, okay, so things are dying, right? So I'm hearing right now to emphasize that this is the death process, and that I think next week we might experience the more like grieving, the more grappling with, okay, what now? But towards the end of the week, it's just like the severing of, this is the energy of the week. Remember, the 10 of Swords reverse. I have to let this go because I have to move forward. I think this could be crunchy. It probably will be crunchy, especially with the 5 of Swords. But remember that this is all in the name of you releasing patterns, beliefs that you have about yourself and your experience. And finally, you coming into more clarity about how you feel and want to exist in your life and in the world. Remember that the overall like message in the energy was, we're looking through like these different I just like see bamboo like reeds, and we're looking through it and we're looking out through our lives, and this can like sometimes block our view. And in order to get a clearer view, we have to drop things. We have to let things go. And it often looks like the things that we thought we wanted, or the things that we thought we needed to do in order to uphold and upkeep a relationship, a status, a value. And that's changing. The death card at the end of the week is like, let it die, let it go. Interesting energy for the week this week. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you next week to see how this all shakes out and see what's on the other side of this death of the misaligned, the no longer aligned. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. I'll see you on the other side.